Hey everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to the Surebonder studio. Today we're going to be continuing on with our cubicle makeover. Now you may remember we made some amazing no-sew curtains for the windows there. If you didn't see that, I will place a link to that video on the screen. But if you can see right here, yeah, right under my monitors there, we've just got a couple pieces of 2x2 giving some height to my monitors, which great hack, but at the same time it doesn't really look all that great. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to not only add some color into my cubicle, but also bring some inspiration. So let's go ahead and get started. The products we're going to be using today is mainly the Detail Tip glue gun. I love this thing. It is a high temp glue gun, got a nice little retractable kickstand up there, and it's got a really fine tip in it. So it's going to squeeze out just a smaller amount of glue so we can be more precise with that. So the Detail Tip is all about precision. Then we're going to be playing around with a little bit of glitter, because if I can't make things sparkly, something's wrong with me. So this is a little tip for you guys when you're using some of the glitter sticks and you want to get more pow off of them. So we're going to use these great white glitter sticks, but I'm also going to use just the plain white glue, because that'll provide more of an opaque base to our glitter, and it'll make that glitter stand out from the color on our blocks even more. So yeah, the rest of the products, you will find all the details for the rest of the products we're using today in the description below. The first thing we needed to do though is we need to prep those blocks. To prep our 2x2s, the first thing we needed to do was sand them down so they're nice and smooth. Nobody wants to get slivers while they're at work, so I just went ahead and used a hand sander for that. Now the other thing with wood a lot of times is that you are going to have knots that have holes in it, or you're going to have holes in your wood, and simply to kind of easily fill those, I'm just using glue. Just gonna use a little bit of hot glue, squeeze that into any of the holes that are on the blocks, and I'm just using our clear stick to do that. Then once that's dry, you're simply going to want to use a razor blade, or I have this really nice scraper that you see here, and you're just gonna scrape off the top of it so it's nice and flat to the surface of the wood. Now the next thing you may want to do is sand it a little bit, but here's the thing. When you heat up hot glue, it gets more liquidy again. So you need to be sure that when you're sanding, you're not creating so much friction that you're heating up the glue again. So stay away from your hand sanders. I know they're fun, stay away. You just want to take simply a piece of sandpaper and lightly, really lightly, just go over the top until it feels nice and smooth. You don't want to keep going back and forth, because again, that's going to create that friction, and then that will start melting the glue. For color, I just went ahead and picked up some glossy acrylic from my craft store and gave about 3 coats of paint. Go ahead and let this dry for 24 hours so you know that even with the humidity it's going to get nice and dry. But while you're waiting for your paint to dry, we're going to go ahead and start creating the artwork that's going to go on the pieces of wood. I fired up the old computer and I printed out some words that would help inspire my creativity at work, choosing imagine and why not, because why not, right? And then because I love the mid-century modern feel, I went ahead and just printed off a copy of a starburst that I really like to give a little decor to the words. So now we're going to create these words and artwork out of hot glue magic. Just to make sure things don't move around while I'm doing my precision work, I'm just going to tape the paper to the table. Then I'm going to take my parchment paper, because you know what? Parchment paper does not stick to glue. It is like magic paper. You can put it in the oven and bake things on it. You can create magical things with glue on it. I mean, it should be in everybody's home. So I'm going to also tape the parchment paper down as well so that doesn't shift around. And now for the fun stuff. So I'm going to take our white glue and I'm just going to first outline the letter, and you just want to do a nice easy squeeze, easy squeezy peasy, right? The key to this for the precision is really just a consistent squeeze on that trigger. I got a little trick to show you. Once your outline is there, then it's really easy, like the bakers do, just flood it with your glue. Just gonna go ahead and let that fully dry before putting on your glitter layer. So I've switched over to the Starburst to show you how I do the layer of glitter, just because I wanna show you this little hack of how to keep your glue from kind of seeping into areas you don't want it getting into. So like we did with the white, we're just simply gonna do an outline right on top. And again, don't worry if this is a little shaky or a little off, I got another trick for you on that. So here where the tip of the star is, I'm simply going to place in my paper clip, so that way as I'm filling that area, that glue doesn't seep in there. And it's just going to take a little bit of holding it there to make sure. The other thing that you can kind of notice that I'm doing is I'm using the tip of the nozzle to just kind of spread the glue a little bit. That'll also help make sure that it doesn't seep into areas it shouldn't be. It's really important to make sure that you're not pushing on the nozzle. Once we have our layer of glitter on, we're simply going to wait for this to fully dry. Now that we have all of our letters and starbursts made, we're going to clean up the edges. And this is what I love about glue so much, is you just get a pair of scissors and you trim off the edges. So we can see with our eye here, just so you can see that a little bit better, that our edges are not perfectly straight. They're a little lumpy, they're a little bumpy. We're simply going to clean that up by doing this. Right? So easy, could not be easier. We have an eye with perfectly straight edges. So now we are ready to take our words and put them on our wood blocks. My shorter blocks are going to be the ones that are sitting in front, so they're going to be the ones that are going to have the words and also the decor on them. Now, there's always going to be a pretty side of your wood, so you're going to find the prettiest side, and that is the side that's going to face front. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to place the letters on to the board really quickly, just so I can get an idea for spacing and where I want them to sit. So I'm simply going to take my ruler, set it right on the edge of my block, and then that way I know where the bottom of my letters have to go, so they'll be even. So now I'm just going to place a bit of glue on the back, place down our first letter, and then proceed onwards. How great does that look, right? Oh, so inspirational. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to, on the side, we're going to place our starburst. I love this so much because you can see that mint color coming through from the starburst. Oh, so cute. I mean, come on, how cute did these turn out? And let's go ahead and put them in our workspace, because I really think something this simple is gonna bring a lot of life into our cubicle. So that is it. I hope you guys really enjoyed the continuation of our cubicle makeover. Be sure to let us know in the comment section below what you thought of today's craft, as well as be sure to share with us the ways that you spruce up your cubicle living. Make sure that you're subscribed to our channel so you don't miss any other crafts that we create here. And we love seeing your creations, so make sure you hashtag us as SB Maker Family so we can see what you guys are making. Be sure to follow us on all the social media, and have a great day and keep on creating.